hey, do I want to bid on this user? Yes or no. All network says no. If you have Imobi in there, they're going to push Google up and it's going to push everything up. So
I mean, you can just go and look for our latest Moloko episode, and I think.
But the thing is, like the mix that they have, right? It's just in these regions is Imobi, Yandex is quite strong, Mintegral is really strong, and Pangle. Like that's the networks that are in the main ones, and also AppLovin. So it's just, yeah, like I even added on one of my clients like 2 weeks ago, AppLovin on an ad stack on AdMob that didn't have AppLovin. Like revenues went up by like 30% on interstitials. Night and day. It's
4 a.m. and we're rolling the dice. Matei drops knowledge made of golden eyes. Felix with ads making those coins rise. Jack up designs, worlds chasing the sky. We're the 2.5 gamers, the midnight crew. Talking UA adverts and game design too. Matei, Felix, Shaka bringing the insight. We're rocking those vibes till the early daylight. Matei, UA, master eyes on the prize. Tracking data through the cyberspace skies. Felix stacks dollars like a wizard in disguise. Jack up's crafted realms lift us to the highs. 2.5 gamers talking smack. Slow hockey stick, got your back. Ads are beautiful, they light the way. Click it fast, don't delay.
It's not even funny.
If you don't know what you're listening to, you're listening to Felix's worst nightmare.
I don't even like what's the name of the game, because like FPS Strike and 10 other keywords, and then there's like 10 million other copies of this exact game and with exact name and just like one small difference.
I don't know what the name is, but I know my name is Maciej Lanszarish.
And I'm Felix Braberg. And you are trying to find the job. And we
are your
host.
No, like because you just Felix Braberg. Anyway, so we are talking about another game which has an enormous DAUs, and Jakub has some information, and it's an interesting case. What we usually.
Should we start with the numbers or the game this time?
Numbers, I think. Numbers.
Yeah, I think because this is.
It's a numbers issue.
It's a numbers issue, and I can tell if you share the screen, you can already say, so it's FPS Strike Ops Modern Strike or whatever. All the keywords.
Let me add the other one. So what's the name of the iOS one?
They don't have an iOS one.
They don't have
iOS.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Okay.
It looks like I tried to.
I know the 20 copies. I just like.
So there's FPS Strike Ops.
Your camera went off, Maciej.
I'm still here.
No, he didn't.
No, I'm still here. Anyway, I want to say it's exact same game, which is called FPS Strike Ops Modern Strike on iOS, but it's
not the same game. I played it. It's not.
Whatever. Yeah, it's some Indian account, and it's 5,000 downloads, and not even 5,000.
Yeah,
it's not the same game.
This is doing like 250,000 a day.
Wait.
Yeah.
Go to active user base, because that's what matters, right? Because this game is 98% ad driven.
It's 5 million videos. I can already say, guys, whoever is behind this game, you should definitely call PvX partners, because I know you are not running any or like traditional UA, and these guys, besides they're sponsors of our episodes, thank you very much, PvX partners. They're also most effective credit line for marketing, so you can take their money, put it into the UA, and you can grow even more into the tier 1 markets. Because if you're scaling, and you should, don't use the traditional UA, you call PvX partners, and you get the term sheet in just 24 hours and secure the funding in 30 days. So just take control of your UA budget, guys. Like, you should definitely run UA and call PvX partners, pvxpartners.com.
So you do UA.
UA, yes, you do UA, please. And not only use TikTok and YouTube influencers or whoever just to drive.
My guess is that this is a team
organic instas as our less than what?
Less than
5.
Well, don't worry. When we get to the ad part, I'll be their 6th employee, and I'll be their top earning employee by telling them what to do on the ad side.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, more interesting numbers than this or anything else we want to talk about? 5 million DAU, quarter million
Go to the last 30
downloads a
days.
day.
Yeah, go to the last 30 days on active user base. Yeah, so you can see here the main geos, right? Is India, Pakistan, pretty interesting. Indonesia, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt, Russia, and Vietnam. So this is definitely a tier 3 game, and they love it, whatever it is. I guess it's like nostalgia towards Counter-Strike.
It's fake Counter-Strike on mobile.
Yeah, it's fake Counter-Strike on mobile.
Yeah.
Offline. And I'll repeat this 20 times.
Yeah, but how can it work online? That's the offline. That's the thing.
What?
You're playing against
Yeah,
bots.
exactly. Which is fucking terrible. I mean, come on. I mean, these countries, yeah, of course.
5 million people, it seems.
In these countries, I get it. In tier ones and in US,
I
I
think-
wouldn't stand the fucking
I
chance.
think
That's
problem with Felix's nostalgia theory, because I don't think so these guys have nostalgia for Counter-Strike. So I don't think so this theory works. It's actually, I think it's the hype behind these guys experiencing something like Counter-Strike for the first time.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's the problem here that we're dealing with.
Go to the session lengths and the user and the usage, because it's quite interesting.
Session count, session length.
Yeah, session count. Yeah, session duration. They're playing one run, right? Or 2 runs maximum, and then 2 or 3 times a
match.
day, right?
How is that interesting?
Because it's just still like quite a lot of users using it, but it's very short duration, right? So it's just, I'm wondering if they're cutting it, like going offline, or if it's not being counted, but it's just so small for what I would expect from this, right? You'd expect like a session to be closer to 15 or 25 minutes.
I mean, it's too much, man.
So,
10 minutes,
yeah.
10 minutes, 10 minutes. But the session count should definitely over 3. If it's under 3, it's shit.
Which is
Yes.
usually for
It-
tier 1 markets.
Offline.
Yeah, but still, yeah, I know. But still, some numbers you still need to get when you go off online as well, right? If you want to purchase something, you need to go online. You can't purchase shit when you're offline.
Yes, exactly. This shit again.
Interesting.
There we go.
Same thing,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
because it's offline. It's offline.
You're comparing Clash Royale.
Yeah,
my-
that's
seriously.
so you know why?
Hmm. Because it's
Yeah,
not
what?
offline.
It's not offline. That's first thing, but also
Mm.
there's a lot of pointers and pulls to go out and in. That's
Yeah.
there. These things don't work like that. Anyway, anything else you wanted to check?
No, let's look at the game,
Yeah.
and then we can get to my heartbreak.
Okay, before we look at the game, actually, there's like one very interesting thing.
Yes.
From the outside of it, as you go on the store and everything, this looks fucking amazing. This looks like next
Yeah.
Call of Duty or whatever. Modern Warfare 10 or whatever I'm looking at. Like, like all these action sequences. You
Yeah.
have the ghost camo
The
here.
breacher. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's there. Cool weapons. Yeah, and there we go. And we end up with we end up with Temuet. that's what's gonna happen first.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And we end up with this, which looks like an unfinished school project, which is really good. Like, just look at the animation of the play button.
But the thing is, like, it runs on like
Potatoes. That's the
yeah, exactly, right. It will run on anything.
That's right. Offline it works very well in these countries.
Potatoes, Jesus.
Yeah, so there's very interesting things from both gameplay perspective, but I mean ads perspective. I've never seen these types of ads ever. Like, this thing on top is an ad. They don't
What?
know this is an ad. If I click here, it's an
Oh.
ad, and it's just
Oh, no, it's
changing
not an ad.
icons of the games that are being used as the ad.
It's not an ad, it's their portfolio of games.
Oh,
It's a
really?
cross promo.
Okay,
yes.
there we go. So it's an ad for their own games. Then what we have here is that if we go, as you've seen there, if we go outside of the thing and then go back inside, and I think we need a little bit of a timer, there's the continue, how's it called, Felix? You know the name?
Google App Open splash screen ad that covers 80% of the screen and is exitable acts for 3
It's
seconds.
95.
Well, you just did the same thing, right? The Temu ad where you opened.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah. So what happens in this game, or what is this about? So as Felix hinted, this is pretty much playing on Counter-Strike nostalgia, even though I still have doubts that these guys that are playing it have any nostalgia towards Counter-Strike to begin with. It seems to be like a very easy, streamlined / ripoff of stuff like Arena Free Fire or like some of these other games where, you know, you have upgradable weapons, you have a lot of skins on those, which are these kind of very shiny and like, you know, the usual thing that shooters do on online platforms. Then you have a shit ton of ads that are there with stuff like Lucky Draw, the free one, and they're the rare one for money, which nobody buys because nobody has. Then you have skills, which are very interesting. But again, all these like, let's say, exotic shooters have these very different progression layers that you wouldn't really find in a game like Counter-Strike or these other games. Some little bit more skins there, here and there. Again, pretty much playing on Arena Free Fire stuff. Arsenal, again, more loot boxes and more ads that we have here. Then another lottery. This is, by the way, one of their strongest ad placements because it's literally being attempted or like being offered after.
The strongest ad placement is the interstitial after a run. And that's like the only non-opt-in one where they're earning probably
rewarded video part.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have some offers, I think like 20 of them, which is just the girl changing the weapon in her hands. And then we have some VIP stuff, which nobody buys. And then we have, yeah, I think that was it. So let's go to the game. So there are actually a lot of modes here.
Yeah.
Unix is like, what the second here? Like, think like, yes. So they have even a story mode, which is, yeah, we can play it if we really want.
Oh, please, yes, play.
So they're like, because it's an offline game, so it needs to have story mode. Like, you know, it fits the whole thing with like offline stuff. If we go into it, well, let's do like, I don't know, chapter 3 here. We got another time ad.
No, here's an MREC right here. One thing I can tell you about MRECs in these geos is like, don't bother. Like,
Still, even well, but you can't put it into the loading screen.
You can. A lot of games.
Yeah, it seems that they did it. They did
it as well. For example, like most of the supermarket games also do the same.
Yeah,
quite
so
good.
we're
Yeah,
shooting. I know because I'm playing on the keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
So the interesting thing is that you get.
Where you go?
That's the problem with the keyboard, is that you not only have the usual kind of Counter-Strike like gameplay, you also have medkits, which you can use like consumables. The thing shoots by itself if it comes to contact with the player. I don't really need to even press the button, so that's very convenient. But this is like
It's a classic move on mobile.
Yeah, mobile shooters. And then, yeah, I think we finally won. And then comes the usual. So yeah, everything is basically bots, and it seems like the player base, they don't care, and it's good. So you double stuff for ads as usual, nothing really to it. And then there was the other placements before the interstitials. Yeah, there we get our little gacha
cool
thing.
liner pad.
What?
Then another app open ad.
Another app open ad.
Come on.
Then we have the free draw rewarded placement, which is not happening, by the way. I need to still watch it if I want it. And then we pass level 4.
5 ads after each level.
Yeah, until your ads will basically bleed out. There's also survival stuff, which is interesting. Like they pretty much put everything into it to pretty much cater probably to the biggest audience, so everybody can find whatever they want. It is like this is maybe the most nostalgic thing, by the way. Even the image behind it. So if everybody remembers this, yeah, from the good old days of Counter-Strike, there was this map called Pool that everybody played, which they ripped off. By the way, the sounds are directly ripped off from Counter-Strike, at least some of those. But I don't know why the headshot sounds very, very bad. Like literally the guy announcing it cannot spell the word headshot, but
it doesn't matter, man.
It's the worst. Yeah. But yeah, so you see the kill counter on the top here. Let me just get a little bit more healing so I can
just die.
Yeah, I want to show you how it feels regarding their consumables, because that's also very interesting. So once the guy kills me,
PvP.
not using this shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me
if you
just
play,
let me
if you
just
play
damage.
bots,
Then what?
then then it's really easy.
To get yourself killed, it seems pretty hard.
No, that's the thing. Like if you play bots, then you don't really see yourself getting killed.
As I said, that's maybe what these people want, and it's like completely legit. Yeah, so let me get a little bit more clicked, and there you see this kind of shopping thing here.
Yeah.
If I click it, it goes directly into purchase.
There you go.
As you might misclick.
Tip scans. You should give some tips to these guys.
Yeah, so you can have the healing consumable. This also applies to grenade consumable. So if I have this one, there we go, guys. If I have this one, then two people one shot. You again can buy more, and again nobody buys because we don't see any IP revenue. And
$8,000 a month.
yeah, this is basically it. So you increasing your level, upgrading your weapons, getting more skins.
Please pay.
Upgrades are kind of meaningless, to be honest, because these are all bots. I don't know if they even later they unlock any kind of, because they can unlock players if they go online. We know that, like, there are no players involved here or any matchmaking or stuff like that. It's maybe stronger bots or bigger handicap, or I don't know what they're doing later, but it seems that I'm guessing because of the retention, they don't even care. That's why it's so, like, there's so many options in the beginning, because again, they're just trying to optimize the funnel properly. And yeah, that was it basically. And we have some more loot boxes, and we can get one more slot for an ad, and we get another ad.
Man, you need to really buy the Spider-Man glove. Yeah, you need to definitely buy that, man. Oh my god.
And there's no web shop, right?
One more.
I think there should be. There should be, even though they're making 8K a month, they should be making way more if you call Fast Spring, because fastspring.gg, with them you can launch a new web store or replace existing D2C vendor or add a redundant D2C vendor, fastspring.gg, because Fastspring has delivered D2C at scale for over 20 years. Guys, you should monetize the DAU. Fastspring power top mobile publishers around the world. So I think India, it's not the problem as well, or wherever you are. So just call fastspring.gg and launch a web store. Because thank you very much, Fastspring, to sponsoring this episode.
Did you notice this thing on the top here? All weapons. Yeah. So if you see stuff like all weapons or buy everything, it means that they don't care about any IP monetization, period.
Okay. But if you just do this,
because the people playing this don't have money to spend on this.
Also, if you have this type of purchase, 99.99 with the web shop, it can be way more. But only in US. Even though, not only in US.
It's a great, like, ad gallery thing, for sure.
It's like ad simulator.
It's ad simulator, but it's still making a lot of money. I think it's making a lot of money for a very small team that's been very efficient. I think that's what's happening here. That's why it's getting so many copies, because this is basically like a FPS version of offline games, no Wi-Fi games.
Yeah.
That's why you see so many different modes here.
Yeah, but I still think they could earn way more, or just run the UA, because even when I was running like these types of games, actually, on the UA, it was really like super low CPIs, even at the high scale.
Yeah, of course. So you don't get high CPI.
But even in US, that's the thing. So this could be way cheaper in all these tier 4 countries.
Gold market.
Yeah, sure.
Felix, you go.
Yeah, sure. The game is a bit low poly, whatever, right? But it's still quite impressive what they managed to build, right? And that's nothing to like avoid, because still, 4.3 million people play this every day, right?
Yeah,
which is insane, right? And it kind of shows that there is a massive market for first-person shooter games if you can run them on like low-end devices. Really cool, right? this game, exactly like what you said, right? We're moving through the main rewarded placements, the daily rewarded bonus, lucky draw 5 times per day, the arsenal chest 4 times per day, package for cash in the actual store. And then we have the MREX during loading screens. And then we have the interstitials after battles, which is the main one, right? So I don't know what mediation they're on, but I think they're probably on AdMob. If I had to wager, like if I was a betting man,
because of the MREC.
and the Google ones, right? But here's the thing, right? Like right now, I don't really know how to handicap this because I don't know how many people is turn off, so you don't see any of the ads. So if you have 4.2 million people watching on average 2 rewarded ads per day, and then do 3 runs, which is 3 interstitial ads, and then see the 1.76 rewarded app open. This game, even on the lowest CCPMs I think I've ever done on the show, would still be making around 50K a day, right, from these users. But I don't think all of these users are actually running this online at all times, right? So maybe we handicap that at like 40 or 35 a day. And then here's the saddest thing. If you give me the screen. So this is how I could.
These have done this before.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Like this is portfolio, and that's why this is. Okay, you go. You go, Phil.
Yeah. Yep. So here's how I would improve this game's revenue by probably lower end 40%, higher end 80 to 100%. Right? There is their adapts.txt file, which I took a look at. See what you notice here, right? So we have direct sources, which you must have listed as direct, right? You have TapX, Unity, and wait, let's scroll up. Pangle, Iron Source, Google, Chartboost. So they have ignored 2 of the largest ad networks in the world, and they've ignored 3 of the main tier 3 ad networks completely, right? So if you're listening to this and you work on this game, what you're going to do is you're going to add AppLovin, you're going to add Mintegral, you're going to add Facebook, and then you're going to add Imobi, and then you're also going to add Yandex because it's also really good in tier 3, right? And if you don't know people at these networks, message me. My email is here. You're getting taken to the cleaners right now. Like seriously, adding these networks is going to increase your bid density. Imobi is one of the biggest networks in India. There's no reason for you to have this setup. The only good networks kind of you're running for these geos right now is Pangle and Google. The rest you could just replace or kick out because the other networks would drive so much more value.
Can you do explain me M5 why they're losing the money specifically for people?
All right. So when you're running ads, right, everything is about how competitive your ad stack is, right? And what kind of bid sources can bid to show ads to your user base, right? And if you're not optimizing your ad stack with the right networks for the right region of the world, essentially you're going to lose a lot of that competition for showing ads.
Optimizing means enough networks and the right networks. Yeah.
So basically show the demand, right? In India, one of the strongest networks is Imobi. They're going to have a lot of direct Indian-style campaigns that will push up eCPMs. Right now, I guarantee you they're probably filling about maybe 50 to 60% of interstitials, maybe 20% of MREX.
Because Google is not as strong in India as in Imobi.
Yeah, if they're on Google, right, what's going to happen is they're just not filling, and they're not filling at the highest price because there's nothing. Okay, so how an auction works is your ad request comes in, and then all the networks go like, hey, do I want to bid on this user? Yes or no. All network says no. If you have Imobi in there, they're going to push Google up, and it's going to push everything up. So
I mean, you can just go and look for our latest Moloko episode, and I think.
But the thing is, the mix that they have, right? It's just in these regions is Imobi, Yandex is quite strong, Mintegral is really strong, and Pangle. Like that's the networks that are in the main ones, and also AppLovin, right? So it's just, I even added on one of my clients 2 weeks ago, AppLovin on an ad stack on AdMob that didn't have AppLovin, and revenues went up by 30% on interstitials. It's night and day. It's
You need to have all these main sources.
Okay, I get it. Like, yeah, you don't want to make your like game too heavy so you don't lose any downloads. But here, I can remove a couple of networks for you. Chart Boost, you can remove that. You can remove Iron Source.
Absolutely.
And you keep Pangle and remove TapX. Maybe you keep Unity, but like honestly, these other networks are going to perform so much better. And if you don't at least grow by 30%, yeah, I'd be very shocked. Like, it's the saddest thing I've seen for a while, because honestly, if these guys are pulling off and making from this game, right, 30 or 40K a day, like that would probably be closer to 80K a day, right?
I can double your saddest thing that you've seen in a month. Just give me a second.
Okay.
So do I get it right that they've been doing this with like 4 games already, which means that whatever Felix said is multiplied by 4 times lost revenue?
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure like they're reusing their ad stack. Same setup.
You see this chart. So this is basically the company download chart, which is like they had this big success with Counter-Strike somewhere here, or Critical Action, or however whatever FPS shooter generated name they put there in 2020, which was doing like 300K downloads a day, and all the way same country setup or whatever. 1.4 million. Okay, so maybe not that good, but this one, the other one, which was doing 1 million something downloads per day in 2023, we went like sorry, those are active users. And downloads was, what was the other one?
Just wait.
Yeah, so still like 200, 300. I wonder why it goes so fast up and then so fast down, and there's not like a natural slope here. Maybe they look at the traffic.
I found their address. Don't make me come to the Seychelles and find you guys and tell you this in person. I have a friend who goes to that region quite a lot. Oh wait, no, you don't go to the Seychelles, do you?
That's very smart. Unfortunately, if you go to that spike and then just go to UA dashboard, maybe that's the look at the actual date and then just click. What's the July 2020? What 23?
You mean like if there's UA here?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the FPS online strike, which I doubt.
It's fine. I mean, just go to app analysis and just go to create creative gallery, and that's pretty much it. But you go to July 2023. Yes. There you go. I think I didn't say anything. I would say if
some
you
external event happened.
No external event. I would say even like maybe potentially it's the same thing as with the simulators. There's one big YouTuber who picks this up, and then some others will come, which exactly is happening with this FPS whatever strike. It's full of keywords. It's basically all of these. It's also the funny thing is apparently it's not ranked as it's in the store under adventure because it's less competitive instead of shooters or whatever.
It's all bots and it's not PvP.
Exactly. It's also like top 2 game in India in rankings, top 6 in Saudi and United Arab Emirates, in Egypt, Russia, and like kind of in June. Like it's really a high up thanks to the fact that adventure is yeah, exactly. So it's just crossing really like the top rankings across different regions, which definitely helps with all of these kind of.
So do I get it right? Then the last game is pretty much the most successful game because it has the biggest DAU.
Biggest DAU, I think so, and also there's definitely some cross promotion from other games as well because they already have like shit ton of these different games. Oh, hello. That's exactly the thing. So that's definitely in there.
I just realized as well, if they're on Google AdMob and they have 1.8 million DAU in Russia, they're not monetizing that at all with this ad stack. It's just like wasting 1.8 million DAU. Like it was massive, right?
Missed that. Where was it? Under what?
Active user performance, active users, and go country. And do the last 30 days.
30 days.
That was 187,000.
Oh, okay.
Still big.
Still big. A lot of money left on the table.
But like it's all organic revenue for these guys. This is great. Like just maximize the ad stack. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I was trying to look at like what's the UA costs, and then honestly, if you give me the screen, it's even. I mean, it's quite sad because it's all like YouTube and TikTok videos.
So they run UA.
You can ask the Supercell guys like this is all retention.
Okay, wait. So is this on the version of like influencer marketing?
No, it's but I wouldn't say this is all. This is at all like paid, because you see all of these. There are like millions of these
It's really organic.
videos. It's really organic. Exactly.
Tell people who because I'm paid by Supercell.
This is like, look at these, like 20 likes, 70 likes, all of these. Like it's like, but there's like 13 million videos on TikTok. So like this is exactly it, right? And like all. This is not Vibe or CTV, but thank you very much. Vibe would definitely work well in here, but they would really need to step up their creative game. But guys, if you want to run CTV campaigns, no problem. You just call vibe.co and you can launch on TV ads. I'm pretty sure you would need to target US, but yeah, that's okay. It's that simple. You can launch the campaigns in a few minutes. Over 50 brands, 50, well, not 50, but 5,000 brands are already using it. Maybe it's your turn now. Just check out vibe.co and launch it.
Wait, Matthew, wasn't CTV really hard before?
It was, but now it's not, because
our friends at Vibe have sorted it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's the most intuitive streaming TV ad platform. You can it's totally self-serve. So yeah, go for it. Just visit vibe.co and streaming TV. Okay, let's we can get back to the Modern Strike or FPS or whatever it is.
It's like words in the world for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because like no. I was doing actually research for this, and like Strike, FPS Strike, Modern Arena, and all of these. I have
keyword bingo.
Yeah, it's like it's keyword bingo. It wasn't that competitive, at least like last year when I was doing this. But oh my god, like it's so many of them, and like if it was paid, and this is not even it, right?
This is some Call of Duty shit.
Yeah, it's so different random stuff which is associated to this.
Maybe it helps prop up the fakeness of it, with the fake screenshot and everything.
And look at this. So I did like the FPS Strike Ops Modern Arena, and I'm not sure. This is it, right? And this is it as well. I think so. And it's like like 4,000 views, 2,000 views, nothing. But then there's top 50 best FPS games on Android, and it's 1 million views. But it's like 1 year ago. And I'm pretty sure like one of their games was listed here somewhere.
But there's Modern Strike right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I see. Here. Yeah, Modern Strike.
Second row from bottom. Third
and this is the gameplay walkthrough, which is FPS, but it's 68K views. It's just, come on again. So I guess we can call this FPS Strike Ops Modern Arena gameplay review. You'll get 60K views.
Let's try it.
Yeah, let's try. Let's definitely try that. So all of these, like you see, it's like 500,000 views. That's fine. Okay, fair enough. But everything else is super small. So this is actually organic.
How would you improve this? Like, because I couldn't think of any other game ad placements that make sense. It's just the ad stack that's terrible. But the placements, make complete sense to me. But I guess there's no economy, really.
It needs more economy. That's the thing. That's how you improve it. So it needs more progression layers or more stuff to kind of add on top of it. But what's the retention of this? Like, what are we talking here?
Yeah, I can stop this sharing. I wouldn't say it's very, very big. But it's like all of these videos are about game offline or online, and if it's bots, if it's multiplayer, and realistic 3D game, PvP game, whatever.
Table app's too small. Why can't?
Yeah, because it's not in the US. It should be worldwide.
I know.
Or maybe you can share it.
Yeah, I'm trying. Need to hop through a few filters here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is US. Do we want India retention?
Yeah, that's a good start. 3% day 60.
6% day 30 is actually pretty good for this. These are, I think, boost up as usual with
inflated,
but day 7, even if it's 10%, it's great.
I would say it's 15.
Yeah, 15 is
based on
great.
this.
Still great, and 6% day 30 is amazing actually for this kind of thing. If it's even 5,
It's even 5, yeah.
like just think how many
Organic
ad
money
placements-
machine. Like
How
organic
many-
money machine unoptimized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many ad placements you can jam until 5% day 30, and the
Only
prices
so many
and
of them.
everything are very very big. Like actually, it's like I showed you. Like it's actually
It's too expensive.
should be able to absorb a lot of these ad placements in the upgrade cycle and all these other things.
The thing is, they got all the hard things right and the easy things wrong. So optimize the ad stack, please.
Because the one thing that you could improve here would be like having some LiveOps on like some events and stuff like
Events.
that. But again, you can't have that because it's offline. The bots.
Can you just fake LiveOps with bots?
Yeah, you can script
Yeah.
it and schedule it that there would be
Exactly.
like a LiveOps event running. Yeah, you can.
Just fake LiveOps.
Probably also gives
Fake
you a
live.
reason to turn on the game online. So you actually have to,
But then you lose
Having
the,
But,
you lose the DAU immediately,
Yeah.
and therefore you lose money. I mean, come on. Still, interesting case.
super interesting. I mean, this first-person like shooter game genre is definitely interesting to say the least, right? Like, yeah, like it's a lot of organics that you can get.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering when. Yeah.
I hope we can get some more behind the scenes on the team here. If it's another like more
Should we go to the
style
Seychelles?
operation. Yeah,
We should. Okay,
Maybe.
let's book. 2.5 gamers retreat in Seychelles and just
Yeah.
meeting the local developers. I could actually sell. I could actually expense that.
All right.
Easy. Perfect. Yeah, I guess
Thank
that's.
you much for tuning in. Yeah.
yeah. Thank
And
you.
it's been another lovely episode by the 2.5 Gamers, where you can stay 2.5 steps of the mobile gaming industry. We are also branching out doing episodes about apps. We are doing episodes about computer games, and more will be revealed in soon time. But thank you so much for joining today.
Again,
and
yeah.
have a great evening, day, or morning, whenever you listen to this podcast. Bye bye.
Computer games? Are we doing Pog or what?
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Comment under the episode. We love that.